Camoccio Gun Mart TV, and we're here to show you one of the very latest guns from Reximex, big Turkish manufacturer. Now when they launched there were sort of three main models. We did the Pretensis and the Myth. Now this one, the Regime, is their Bullpup, as you can see there. If you're a fan of Bullpups, you'll understand the concept. It's all about putting the main action right back to the back of the stock. So you see, although we've got a synthetic stock here, which actually is in two parts, it's the top section comes away. You've got the breech here, and that's actually running inside the synthetic stock there. Got a manometer there. You've got the side lever with a drop down biathlon lever, which is right where you need it. You know, there's a lot of Bullpups come out, quite a few manufacturers, and they've literally just taken a standard action, dumped it at the back, and it's just not sort of ergonomic. It's awkward in use. This one here, you shoulder it up and your hand falls completely to the, you know, that side lever is in exactly the right place. It's a nice bit of design work. This one is brimming with features. So you've got obviously the synthetic stock, ambidextrous thumb hole, contoured configuration. That all feels pretty good. You've got an adjustable butt pad there. That's a push button pressure fit, and then you can just move your butt up and down there. Very handy. Working from the back forwards, and you can see you've got a spirit level in here. That is in conjunction with another major feature here. I'll just show you. You can see, hopefully you can see, there's another spirit level in the top here, and this raised sort of Picatinny style rail. Now what they've cleverly done is, obviously there's bolt mountings on each side, and we've slightly slackened those off in advance, so I can show you. You slacken that with an Allen key, and then the whole rail will raise, and it can raise at the front. You can move it back off the front, so obviously you can alter that angle of elevation and either raise or lower the point of impact. It's particularly handy on a Bullpup gun such as this, because I've tested several of these. By virtue of the fact that you're sighting over the top of the action, or over the back of the stock, you often need a higher sight line. And I've used it with several scopes. I've had it where I've been setting these up and the scope will run out of adjustment, and the fact that you can alter this rail it really is a godsend, and it's sort of peace of mind. It means you're going to get out of a few problems actually setting up the scope. So yeah, they've put a lot of thought into this. Two-stage trigger, that's adjustable. You come through the grip to make an adjustment on that as far as the sensitivity of the mechanism. But you've also got, you'll notice, you can't see it from the other side, there's an Allen hole there, so it's an adjustable shoe, so you can adjust that for height, rotate it around the pillar. Then you've got an in-guard safety catch, which is manual, so you can just leave that alone if you want, or it's there in exactly the right place to nudge on and off if you want it. These guns they're unregulated. Sort of shot count wise, I think I hit about 72, which were within a very good margin of consistency, and then 102 shots where you're going to see more of a tail off. But so it depends on sort of the task in hand as such. But pretty good accuracy on test here. We'll show you the groups for that, but some proper groupings, and yeah, there's no sort of qualms on that score. As far as filling, you've got it's the valve, the push valve system. You've got a revolving dust cover there. Push your probe in, obviously coming from the other side, and then just shut it. Oh, sorry, it's actually underneath. So you push your probe in there, and then when you've finished charging, just turn that round, and there you go. Now these come with a bag of accessories. Now you get in there, you get 2 magazines. 2 of the cassette style magazines. You got there's your probe adapter, so that would link up to your airline. You've got spare seals, breech seal, etc. Usual Allen keys, and then that small little accessory rail, and you can fit that onto. It's an option. You know, you may think it's in the wrong place, or it's where your hand wants to be. So they leave it as an option, but you just literally bolt it onto the underside of the fore end. So that's quite a neat system. So with this, as I say, we get 2 magazines. It's the, I will say, sort of Theoban style cassette magazine. These are 12 shot in 2.2, as in on test here, and it's a 14 shot if you use 177. Now, in order to put that in, you pull back the side lever, which is not too much effort there. And then this, well, a little bit fiddly when I first had a go with this, but you very soon get used to it. You see there's a guide line sort of ridge there, and that has to locate from this side. There we are. It is a little bit fiddly, but you push that in and then it snaps into place. And then you push the lever forward and we're ready to go. You've got the magazine that's resting on your face or your cheek. So the comfort wise, that's a little bit irritating. It could do with some sort of shield on there. And also I'm not too happy about the fact that you're near the breech as well, if you get a breech seal go or something, and that's not ideal near the face either. But they're all, you know, you look at a lot of Bullpups, that configuration is quite common, so it's something you've got to put up with. But yeah, I've got to highlight it. But in use now, once you've got the magazine in place, you'll see how easy it all cycles. There we go. A little bit noisy. The whole side lever system and magazine on test has been very reliable. I've put quite a few shots through this now, and that's all been pretty good. So yeah, pure functionality of it is very good. Really nice handling, and we've had some, you know, top class groups with it. So it's quite impressive. It's just if this configuration appeals, and obviously there's a whole army of devotees now to the Bullpup. So yeah, it's got a ready market, and this is a nice example of a Bullpup, very well executed and well thought through. I'd say with a lot of these features, it's got a lot going for it, and these are currently about 499 quid. Features laden, as they say, but they've designed this to you unscrew that the end piece of that biathlon lever, and then you can see there's a slotted screwdriver end there, so you take that off, that lever that literally comes off, and then it locates into the power adjuster, and then obviously you can see it's set at maximum there, so the plus, you just dial that down to the lower figure and you get a minimum. I think I dialed this down on test. I had about 4 foot-pounds at the lowest. It's around literally the midpoint as you'd expect. I think about 7, I think, for the middle, and then it goes up to 11 odd for your full power. But I have to say, in practice, I took that off. Thought I will actually give it a go, and I had great trouble turning the screw. It's too stubby. You don't want that to be slack anyway. But all I'd say is, forget that idea. It was good on a drawing board somewhere, but get a normal screwdriver. So yeah, thanks to Range and Country in Sleaford, the shop that's loaned us this gun for the review. But yeah, I'm quite impressed with this. So that's the Reximex regime.